Hello everyone, welcome to DarthSpockReviews. I'm your host David Gillie, aka DarthSpock, and today I'm going to be reviewing Fast and Furious 6, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the Xbox One reveal. Fast and Furious 6. Yes, they actually made a sixth one, and they are in the process of making the seventh one. They're making the two back-to-back. The seventh one is going to be the big finale. Let's see if it actually is the big finale. Now, Fast and Furious 6, it continues on from Fast and Furious 5. After they have the big heist, they want to live large with their millions, but The Rock's got the problem. He's got this big crime group who are doing these big heists all over the world using cars to try and build some sort of doomsday type device. So he thinks, right, even though I'm in the army, I need to get myself a crew outside of the army to try and do this. So he goes to Vin Diesel. And Vin Diesel and basically convinces him to help him out because Michelle Rodriguez, his character, is still alive. It's not really a spoiler, it's in the trailer. To truly get the most out of this film, it's best if you've seen all the previous Fast and Furious films. I mean, you can just go in, sit and enjoy it, but I'd recommend going, watching the first 5 first. I know that's asking a lot because Fast and Furious 4, also known as The Fast and the Furious, is pretty pants. I didn't like it, but that one is probably one of the most important ones when watching this. I have to be honest, when I went to go see this movie, I was expecting it to be crap. I was expecting some fast cars, a little bit of shooting, and some nice chase sequences. I was expecting it just to entertain me, and believe it or not, not a lot of people have believed me when I said this, but this film is great. It's such a good time watching it. I mean, it's got the acting's pretty good. We've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who was awesome. We've got Vin Diesel, Paul Walker. It's just such an entertaining movie. We've got some great car sequences, some good action, a pretty good story as well. I enjoyed it so much more than I was expecting. I was just like, have I really been that entertained by a Fast and Furious film that's now on its 6th film in the franchise? I mean, I liked Fast 5. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like 1, 2 is my favourite, 3 is good, really good. 4's crap, 5 was better. This one is just brilliant. I just went in, I was thoroughly entertained, and what more can you really ask from a movie? And I'm really looking forward to the 7th one because I'm not going to spoil it here, but the ending. Oh my god. The ending is... If you're a fan of the previous movies, you'll just be like... I'm not going to have a spoiler section in this review because I don't want to leave something just for you to be tempted to go watch. No, go see it. If you've seen the other movies, you will love it. You will love the ending. It's a big tease. Now I realise I've just kind of praised this film fantastically, but I do have a few gripes about it. The soundtrack isn't as good as the previous movies, and it's really picky there, but that's just my personal taste, and I know a few of my friends that went with it as well weren't that keen on the soundtrack, and just the way it was filmed in some ways, we'll go for a lot of dark room, tense scenes to really, really bright cityscope shots, and do that quite a bit, and it gets quite irritating. It's right when you can't think of anything else to do, let's just do a shot of the city, and there's just a few... This has been known throughout all the Fast and Furious films. The scenes that are just couldn't happen. You would die. You would kill yourself and the person you're trying to save. It wouldn't work. They're the main put downs. But also there's one bit of story that feels kind of thrown in there. It's like Paul Walker's character's storyline because he's the reason that Michelle Rodriguez's character went undercover in the 4th one and got killed. So he's got a lot of guilt going on because he feels responsible for what happened. And they touch on this a tiny bit, but they don't develop it. So you got this whole scene where he tries to find out what happened. But it's not necessary to the movie, and it just feels kind of last minute. If they developed that, and it's a pretty long movie. This movie's over 2 hours long. I was shocked at how long it was. In the final sequence, I was kind of like, wow, I've been sitting here for a while. But you don't realise it at first because there's a lot going on. I wouldn't mind sitting longer if they developed his storyline a bit better. Just a few personal gripes. It is still a really good movie. I mean, I've seen some pretty good movies this year, like Iron Man 3, Star Trek Into Darkness. And so far, Fast and Furious 6 is one of my favourites. I never thought I would say that. I'm going to give Fast and Furious 6 8.5 out of 10. It's a really good time. Go with a bunch of mates and just enjoy it. That is what this movie is. It's just a good time. You'll be thoroughly entertained. You've got some great car sequences, some pretty sexy cars. I'm not going to lie, I'm not really a car person, but I can appreciate when a car looks good. They even have a tank. The bad guys have a tank. What more can you ask for? One last gripe that I have. It's one of the same gripes I had with Star Trek Into Darkness. Is the trailer gives away too much. It seems to be a trend nowadays that the trailers like throw in stuff from like the last 20 minutes, you know, the big stuff that's... And I'm not going to tell you which it is, you'll probably be able to work it out if you watch the trailer after this review. You see it in the trailer, then when you see it in the movie, you know what's going to happen now. And yeah, they might throw in a little bit of twist there, but you know what's going to happen. And it took some of the suspense away from it. And with the type of movie that it is, you kind of know what might happen. That needs to stop. A lot more happens in films, like, right, we'll put that in instead. We didn't have to put in this particular scene. Now it's time to talk about Microsoft's next generation console, the Xbox One. Yep, I don't like the name either. Pretty crap name. What's good about this console? I like the controller. The controller's pretty good. It looks pretty much the same. They just moved the menu button and everything a little bit higher because, you know, I'm sure at some point someone's accidentally hit the menu button. It's got a new Kinect as well. This Kinect is much more powerful. It can now detect individual fingers. It can even tell if you're wearing buttons on your shirt. That's really valuable information. Yeah, it's quite good that that sort of technology is being developed. Apparently, it can make a full 3D model of you with great detail, which is good. But that's probably another piece of kit that they're not going to make games for. I bought the last Kinect. Best game I got by far was Kinect Adventures, which came with the bloody thing. To sum up, I don't like the idea of the Xbox One. It doesn't look good. It looks like a VCR. It's got a built-in 500 gig hard drive, which is good, it's a lot of space, but you have to install all your new games, and if you run out of space, you can't take it out and put a new one in. You have to buy more space from the cloud. It's not backwards compatible with 360 games. It does have a built-in Blu-ray player, which is good. Yeah, trying to keep up with Sony, and discs are now on Blu-ray discs, so I imagine they'll be higher quality. They'll be more expensive as well. The console itself is going to cost about £300. Yes, £300. Oh. I bought my Elite for $120 when it first came out. I think that's the main reason a lot of people went towards the 360 than the PS3, because of the massive price difference in them. Now it's going to be about a £100 difference between the two of them. There's also a rumour going around that you can't get pre-owned games anymore. Each game comes with a code. So, oh yeah, retailers are going to love that. Yeah, bye-bye Blockbusters, bye-bye Granger Games, bye-bye Game, again. I mean, they make a lot of money selling pre-owned games. Just there's not a lot really selling this console for me. It's expensive. You can't play last generation games on it. There's going to be 14 exclusive titles, which, that's good. Don't know where any of them are yet, so I think what might push people towards the Xbox depends on what's revealed at E3 next month. As it stands right now, I think the only thing keeping people on the Xbox will be Halo, massive Halo fans, massive Call of Duty fans, because they're still going to be able to get the DLC, I think, a month early. Fable fans, that's about it. Leaning much more towards the PlayStation 4, which, it's got a crap controller. I don't like the touchscreen on it. I don't like how Call of Duty, the trigger's in the wrong place, but I can get used to that. It just looks like a far superior console to the Xbox One. One step forward, 359 steps back. Well, that's my quick review of the Xbox One. One final thing. Yeah, I was saying now it's got a new Kinect. Apparently Microsoft are going to be able to monitor you. Like, monitor what you're playing, monitoring what you're doing while watching things, or that sort of thing. Any bets that someone's going to try and hack that? Basically, every Xbox has a built-in spy camera for Microsoft. That's all I've really got to say on it. We have E3 next month, so Microsoft might be able to pull something out of the bag there that'll drag people more towards their side. But, right, well, thank you very much for watching. Comment below, let me know what you thought of Fast and Furious 6. Did you think it was a good movie? Can redeem the franchise a bit? And what do you think of the Xbox One? Are you thinking of getting it? Or are you not? Are you edging towards the PS4? Subscribe for more videos. And follow me on Twitter at DarthSpock. Ask me anything. Is there anything you want me to review or talk about? Just let me know.